Welcome aboard.
Hi. Welcome to another movie plot. Spoilers ahead. Over the centuries, aliens helped expand the International Space Station into Alpha, a massive space city inhabited by thousands of species from the four corners of the universe. Since the size of Alpha now threatens to disrupt Earth's gravity, it is sent off into deep space. 400 years later, a primitive race of pearl people inhabits a planet called Mule, where they farm the ocean in search of pearls. Princess Liho wakes up and washes her face with them before giving one to the local fauna to duplicate into a puppet. Just then, rubble begins to rain down from the sky above and the wreckage of a spacecraft crashes down to the surface. Liho finally gets back, but everyone has already left in search of survivors at the crash site. And when the mothership plummets down, they are forced to seal themselves inside the wreckage before Liho can get to them. Knowing she is doomed, Liho sends out a telepathic message before the shockwave incinerates her, which reaches Major Valerian and his partner Laureline. While enjoying a simulated beach vacation, Valerian insists he wants to make Laureline his life partner, which she brushes off as him just looking for another notch on his belt.
Hey, look.
He analyzes his dreams and the computer tells him that they were a signal sent from some unknown location in time and space. As agents for the United Human Federation with the goal of preserving peace in the galaxy, the pair arrive at planet Kyrian with a mission from the defense minister of obtaining the last mule converter known to exist.
So we're counting on you.
With their ship the Intruder and disguised as tourists, they meet up with agents on the planet's surface. The two go to a place called Big Market, where Valerian goes in alone in search of the converter, while being stalked by hooded figures. Laureline goes to a watchtower where she shoots a guard with a device, allowing one of the other agents to take control of it. A seemingly empty desert with everyone just standing around, Big Market is in another dimension, requiring people in hours to wear a helmet and gloves to see and touch.
Welcome to Big Market!
Valerian sneaks off to the black market to find his target surrounded by guards, and the mysterious figures walk straight past him and inside. Val meets up with a Sergeant Cooper who can get him inside, giving him an interdimensional box that allows him to use a gun in Big Market, then scrubs his hologram so he can do it incognito. The hooded figures reveal themselves to be surviving pearl people, who are trading one of their last remaining energy pearls to black market dealer Igon Cirrus for a mule converter to create more. Igon betrays them, hoping to make duplicate pearls himself, but Valerian walks straight past the guards and robs him.
What do you want from me?
Laureline enters through a closer breach in the wall and uses another space box to take the converter. As Valerian swipes the energy pearl on his way out, one of Igon's guard dogs attacks him, causing Cooper to have to save him and get himself killed. Not able to remove the box from his arm and slowly returning visible, Valerian is bombarded with ads until finally being seen by one of the guards.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Using magnetic balls to weigh the interdimensional box to the ground, Valerian breaks through a service entrance on Kyrian, sending his hologram and the box smashing through floors in Big Market. He enlists the help of an alien child named Da and his paintball gun to redirect the magnetic balls to one of Igon's men. Da's mother runs him off and he continues to evade the guards throughout Big Market, while bumping into tourists with his physical form and eventually running into a wall. Laureline manages to get Valerian's hand out of Big Market just in time, but Igon uses reverse goggles and a caged pet on Kyrian to continue the chase.
Fetch.
The neurolinked agent tries to hold back the beast as they escape the compound, but the relentless creature continues after them, ignoring everything they throw at it. Not being able to do anything, it begins to rip through their vehicle, killing the agents off one by one, with Valerian and Laureline having to abandon the bus and leap onto the intruder, only shaking the beast when the air gets thin. Laureline gives the converter a uranium bath while the computer analyzes the 20 megaton pearl to find it houses 10 times more power than the ship, and that planet Mule was destroyed 30 years ago, but the rest is classified. Now 700 million miles from Earth and housing 30 million inhabitants, Alpha has 800 aquatic species in the south, the Azine Mo in the toxic north that can build any kind of cell. To the east, the Omlites control the station's technology, and to the west 9 million humans and compatible species coexist. The pair return to a grilling from General Octo Bar for being 20 minutes late, and he tells them a toxic zone has grown within the center of the station over the last year and any troops sent and never returned. Commander Aaron Fillet arrives, having been put in charge of the problem, and after some experiments on a poor pearl, he reluctantly receives Valerian and Laureline as bodyguards by the minister during his meeting with the leaders of the universe. Just then, an attack on the summit sees the pearls open fire with non-lethal weapons, sliming everyone in the room and taking the commander. Valerian has an assistant droid cut open his cocoon and frees Laureline to help the others, while he uses his exosuit to pursue after the pearls. Taking the shorted direct path, Valerian uses his speed and strength to break through the walls of every biome on Alpha en route. As the Pearls begin to board their ship and depart. Returning to his ship alone, Valerian tries to disable their escape craft. But it splits into heaps of smaller versions where he tries to pursue them but crashes into the red zone. Laureline recruits the alien trio known as Dogandagis to help find Valerian, who takes her to a sailor for hire named Bob. Bob takes her deep into the Galana Sea to find wild bromosaurs, where he picks a cortex jellyfish off the back of a male, sending them all into a frenzy. Barely managing to make it back, Laureline is told that she will have to put her head up its ass in order to see what it's seen, but no more than a minute or it will eat her memories. She does so and sees the location of Valerian, before reaching a record of 1 minute 10.
A record!
The general finds the pearl the commander tortured and shows it kindness, but it dies. Laureline finds Valerian on the edge of the irradiated zone with a damaged craft, but an attractive butterfly lures her in and kidnaps her. Being that it's the fishing line of a Bulan bather angler. Valerian jumps onto one of the hooks to save her and kills its owner, but has no way to get past the rest of the guards.
Do you want to ride?
He goes to the zone of Paradise Alley looking for a glamour pod that can help him get inside. He comes across a club owner named Jolly the Pimp who says he has the best glamour pod around.
I got it!
Bubbles. She then puts on a 1.5 minute straight routine, where Jolly plays the piano as she shapeshifts between a bunch of different looks, all while singing and dancing for Valerian. When she finally walks over to him and asks what he wants from her, she tries to get into his head, so he pulls a gun, sending her screaming into her primary form. After Val takes Jolly out, he convinces her that she will be pimp-free if she helps him get his partner back, so disguised as Jolly she sneaks out with him. Since Bubbles has never played the part of a Bulan bather before, she hasn't had time to practice their mannerisms.
This is a heavy rope.
But still manages to get past the guards during Emperor Bulan III's lunchtime. When they find Laureline, she is unknowingly having her brain served to the Emperor with lemon, so Valerian takes control of Bubbles' body and kills him. They fight their way out and end up escaping the keep with the help of Bubbles' abilities. But she is fatally wounded and dissolves away. Arriving at the center of the red zone, they discover the real reason the place is off limits.
My name is Sue.
The Pearl people are living in vast numbers, still being led by Liho's father Haben Limet, and mother Aloy. Haben says when Pearls die they release their soul into the universe, and Liho's chose Valerian to be its guardian. He tells of how their people survived the destruction of Mule aboard the crashed vessel, learning human technology until eventually being picked up by scrappers.
Scrap dealers.
When the scrappers returned with their haul to Alpha, the Pearls snuck aboard. They now just need the converter and Pearl to power a ship they've built and find a planet to inhabit. They wake Commander Phillip, who admits his role in the genocide, saying that he was the one who fired the shot at the enemy mothership, but argues it was necessary to end the war, and the cover-up was to prevent humans from being banished from Alpha. So Valerian knocks him out.
I taught him how to do that.
They hand the Pearl and converter over to Aloy, who uses it to produce enough power to change the entire inside of their new ship into a replica of their homeworld. Just then the soldiers sent by General Octo Bar reach the entrance of the ship, where they are greeted by Pearls. Val and Laureline try to convince the commander to admit what he has done over the intercom, but Phillip orders his K-Tron soldiers to attack both Pearl and humans alike. Valerian goes outside the ship to hold them off while the Pearls get it ready to depart. Then jumps aboard last second as they take off through the side of Alpha, destroying the surrounding K-Tron robots. Having saved the Pearl people and arrested the commander, Laureline is asked by Valerian to marry him as they are left adrift in space waiting for rescue. And the movie ends. Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets is a 2017 space opera written and directed by Luc Besson, who waived his own salary in order to get this passion project made. Based on the French science fiction comic series Valerian and Laureline, written by Pierre Christin and illustrated by Jean-Claude Mézières. The main storyline was loosely based on Ambassador of the Shadows, the 6th volume in the comic book series, and also happens to be the first Valerian and Laureline story to be translated into English.
Do you understand what I am saying?
Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more.
You won't be able to see it without your helmet or touch it without your gloves.